industry exclusive YouTube measuring tool from the wick to the wick, you can see we were about 41.69% below because of the fact that we had more coins. Stick with old Vincenzo, stick with the truth and information and education you see without being a paid promoter, with non-biased, straight to the facts information, so you don't get fleece heisted and shysted. And you would have known the rest of 2023, the price of XRP was not going up there, was not going to $1.50 or $1, but was more likely to come back into this red trading zone. And that's something that I'm watching and identifying and sniffing out, finding them rats in the nest. Peace and love. Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing, your top source and crypto influencer and breaking news, coin updates, the XRP price, and information to help you make an educated decision, non-paid, independent, free to say whatever I want, to call out and expose the criminal gangsters that have infiltrated the United States government, the Federal Reserve, and the world banking system in order to manipulate the stock market, the crypto market, the gold and silver bullion market. And a lot of noise that's been going around, but we've kept you out ahead of what's going on. And some of the breaking news that we have: XRPL, the partnership connects XRPL ledger to Swift, BTC, and Ethereum. That's very important. XRP about to face sparks another descent. What lies ahead? Anything else that I feel like that's very important? Proposed BIP 324 upgrade on the Bitcoin network will weaken regulatory censorship. Here's why. Ripple case echoes in Gemini's court reply. So just basic news going out today. We'll get into some more of that a little bit later on tonight. Anything important, but if we're looking at what's going on in the XRP price, you can see we got rejected. What we were talking about the other day, which we thought could happen, you got rejected by this yellow descending triangle. It could be a wet or a channel, but it's more like a wedge, that it's wider at the top and then skinnier at the bottom. And you can see we bounced off that critical 41 cents. We came right back up and touched it exactly perfect on that former upper resistance and lower support. You can see this used to be support, and it came right back up and tapped it beautifully and got rejected, started to trade sideways. And now what you would look for is somewhere along the line to get a retest and then a rejection, or you're going to just fall straight through and come all the way down here to our target that we've been talking about for a little bit of time here since we started to form this bearish continuation pattern, right? And that's all this was. You had your big wick, your big flush, and then your uptrend, and then you had a bearish continuation, right, off of that. And that's what this was. You had an up and sideways consolidation with falling volume. Again, that's a bullish continuation pattern to continue the bearish action. And if you fall down, I would expect the initial descent to come to 42 cents. And that's something we've been talking about, as we kept you out ahead of the game all the way through this pump, pumping price, pumping volume, bullish, crashing volume, up and sideways consolidation after the pump, bearish. Often you'll notice a rounding top, like so, as the buyers or the bulls are being exhausted and the sellers or the bears are taking over the market, and the price is going to come down just like it did here. And that's what we're watching out for, because we keep telling you that all these other influencers, and this is why bell notification, like the channel, subscribe and share, to help us push us through the YouTube sphere, to help us educate and most importantly inform, as these are my own personal opinions. I'm not a financial advisor, to help you stay ahead of the market manipulation, stay ahead of the FOMO paid promoters and YouTube charlatans that are out there. They keep telling you this whole way down that we were bullish still, and that we're about to have a massive run to over $1. Getting over $1 is not happening in 2023. It's not happening this year. Your pump over $1 cannot and will not happen, at least until sometime during 2024, when I think capitulation will happen by then, the Bitcoin halving will happen by then, and then we can start and try to claw our way out of this bear market and then start the new bull market. This was just a manipulated, orchestrated pump, executed and implemented flawlessly by the criminal gangsters that are in control of the Federal Reserve, the United States government, and the world banking system, to trap all the retail traders in here. As you had news correlate with price breakout, correlate with technicals and the judge at the exact moment, which can only mean manipulation, a conspiracy on a grand scale to pump the price up. As you do know, a trading rule is you get the biggest pumps to the upside percentage-wise over a short period of time in a bear market, right? Which you would think it's the opposite, but it's actually this way because it gets everyone to think the bear market's over. You had all these people pile in a 4-hour time frame, and then everybody thinks it's off to the races. The bear market's over, the pain is over with, and everyone's going to get rich. Just to have a systematic decline, slow and steady, bleed out, and then flush, and then slow and steady, bleed out, and then massive flush. And what I'd be looking for is on that retest of this 42 cents. If you fail this, you're initially coming down back to that critical 37-cent level that if we look at the way left machine, you can see that we've been struggling with this 37 cents for it's so long. We got to go to the hour time frame ever since we came back down and touched it the first time back here in 2022 of May. So a year and a half. That was major support and resistance till we had this pump back here in April of 2023. So a straight year straddling on support and resistance. Then we had the news, and we told you that when we were in this descending this symmetrical triangle right there, where you had your overhead resistance, your underneath support, wider at the beginning, narrower like a duck's beak at the end right there, but it was facing a right angle. We called for a pump to come up initially to this 58 cents at the bottom part of the blue trading zone, which it did. And then we said the top end potential would be 69 cents. We overachieved that to 93 cents because the news lined up with it. But we were warning even back here when I became ultimately bullish for one of the very few times in XRP since I've made this channel that this could be one of these classic massive bear market fake outs. And then before you know it, you end up to the downside and you give it all back. And I was only forecasting up to maybe 69 cents. Then you breach this 31 cents and you go from straight up, trap all these people, and then you end up down here, and then you have capitulation. And I think it's lining up for that. I think it's something you have to be worried about, and I think it's something that's more than likely going to happen. Do we get back all the way down into the shit house in here? Even though the shit house has been taken off for some reason, that's to be determined. But do I believe we're going to break this 37 cents and then this 28 to 32 cents or the VP volume indicator? I think we are going to break that. And you can see the shit house is down here and the shit house is red. That's not red. That's closer to red. That's better. The shit house is way down there, aka golden accumulation zone, right? What just happened now? That is not supposed to be. Oh, this is the orange trading zone right there. That's what that was. Just above the VP volume indicator. I forgot I had that there. But I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And nobody's seeing this. Everybody's caught off guard. And when we look at the weekly volume or the monthly volume, you can still see we're at historic lows. See how depressed we are in this chart that goes back to 2017, I believe it started. Look how low the volume is. Didn't even move after that latest pump. Nobody's talking about this. The market manipulators, the fleece heisters and shysters, and the YouTube paid promoters are not telling you this. Only old Vincenzo is telling you this because I feel it is very, very important. Just like you can see, we hit the $3.28 high in 17. Let's go ahead and lock that. Focus, do not disturb, so we don't have that. Then we had our big run up and the biggest crypto pump in crypto history. But look at that. We only were at 199 or about 50% lower than we were back here. And the reason for that was more coins that were created on the order of billions of new coins created. The volume wasn't as big as here, meaning we didn't have as many buyers to pump the price up like we did back here. Then we also had 50-fold more coins out in existence 3 years later, which means you got to have that many more buyers to pump the price past old levels when you have more coins in circulation, which most people don't understand that either. And they think that news doesn't matter because they don't understand exactly what's taking place. And hence, in the biggest bull market in crypto history, you could only get to with our industry